Hello YouTube, how you doing? It's me, the Scoundrel M, and of course I'm playing Dwarf Fortress. You will note the name of the game here, right here, across the top of the screen. That will always orient you if you don't know if you're in Dwarf Fortress or not. If you're playing another game and you're thinking, is this Dwarf Fortress? Just look at the top of the screen, and there it is. It will tell you this is Dwarf Fortress, so no need to panic. You may not see this at 100 very often once you get past certain points in the game, but, you know, you'll know what game you're in. I mean, you know, I boot this up, I look at it and go, what is this, Witcher 3? Am I playing Fallout? Wait, no, this is Space Invaders. And then look at the top of the screen and it's all solved. Hooray! Welcome to the chat, everybody. We've got Tiroj here watching live. He's a livey, and we've got Mercerus here, livey as well. Alive-o, presumably, unless somehow my Twitch chat is connected to the afterlife, or even some kind of awakened AI, in which case, welcome brothers and sisters from beyond. Good day to you, Mr. Scoundrel. Hopefully you had a good day yesterday with your rockets. Yes, I did. It was actually rockets fired by squeezing a soft drink bottle, and you built something over the top to fly into the air. It was for 6-year-olds. Perhaps I was getting a bit ahead of myself, thinking it might be anything that actually flew high into the air. We were doing it indoors. So yeah, anyway, we had a good time. Hay fever, of course, is terrible. Music's a tad too loud. How's this? Is this better now? Tweaking it down just a little bit. How's that? Are those guitar twingle-twangles happening in the background at a suitable level? A suitable volume? There we go, okay, all solved. Look at that. YouTubers, this is a little glimpse behind the curtain, isn't it? A chance to see how the nuts and bolts all work together. Well, we all know how nuts and bolts work together. That's very basic shit, but you know. Anyway, where was I? Let's have a quick recap of the fortress, because once again, this is the beginning of a session, and a short one at that. I'll be recording again tonight. It's old Friday the 15th of 6th, that's June. God, my brain. Okay, here's our entryway to the fortress. We're on our way to having this little bad boy finished. I'm quite happy with that. What's going to happen is it's going to be no ramps on the inner side, dug straight down to a steep wall, and then on the outside, maybe I'll take the ramps away, but there's a clear path out here which we can trap the shit out of, which leads up to here, which I'm going to surround with cage traps. In fact, I may just get cage trappy round the outside. You know, that's best way to do it, really, isn't it? Well, we'll build them inside afterwards. I feel that'll work best. Hello, Rando 3. Oh, 3. Sorry, I don't know why suddenly my brain decided not to not to process that number properly. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Okay, let's take a look. Here's the entryway. We've got the considerations for safety in, but we're not really safe, are we? Got some dogs here to sniff out any thieves entering the fortress, any dirty tea leaves, seed stockpile, bit of farmage. Probably could expand the farming. I mean, look at these plant helmets are growing apace. What else we got down here? We got the barracks. This one I'm going to make into a shooty bobo barracks, maybe. Maybe. We've got a 10-strong complement of soldiers in here. A squad, not a complement, that's the word I was looking for. They're training as best they can, and I think we've bought in... Oh, no, we couldn't buy anything, because... Okay, we've got 1 or 2 of them maybe have weapons. The rest of them are all sort of training in a hypothetical sense. So if you had an axe, what you would do in this situation is bring it down upon your opponent's head as hard as you can. Now, note, blade side down. You don't want to be hitting him with the flat side, because frankly that's not going to be enough of a damage, is it? It's not. You know, the flat side won't bite like an axe does, and that's really how an axe functions. It bites down through the armour, through the flesh, and really, if we're lucky, passes through bone. I don't know where that came from. Apologies. I just a little ramble on my own. Still going up. I want to go down. Here we go. This is it. Here's the temple with the graveyard nearby. Everyone likes to be buried near a temple, don't they? I don't know. That may not be universally true of all religions or whatever. And this is our little justice zone, or is our putative justice zone. Have I made it a justice zone? Yes, I have made it a justice zone. We only have 1 rope with a chair and a bed next to it with some food stockpiles, but for now, nobody's broken the law. Well, actually, that's not strictly speaking necessarily true. People may well have broken the law, but we have no legal system in place by which to notice that, capture them, or even punish anybody for it. So What do you do? What do you do? That's quite right, Mercerous. Top-notch YouTube intros. That's what I'm known for, you know? Not to the extent that I am known. Yeah, I just do the best intros and outros, and you can't beat a scoundrel intro. Unless, of course, you have any degree of professionalism whatsoever. In which case, you're light speed ahead, so I can't see you, so you don't exist. See? See the logic there? Let's go down a few levels and find ourselves in the food court or dining area along with switch room. Here's our actual dining area. It's not the entirety of the area. We have a surrounding complex that takes other tasks into consideration. Here we've got an animal stock. Is that an animal stockpile? Come on, mouse. Give me the information. Animal stockpile, there we go. Here we've got a nice little egg-laying room for all of our egg-laying creatures, birds particularly at the moment. We haven't got any lizards or whatever. Here is the sexy turkey room, as yet to produce any turkey children or little chicks, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You see, one of these guys here, the gobbler, well, he's the boy, and these two are the girls, and the eggs they lay in their nest boxes should hopefully have had a little bit of help from him into turning into turkeys. Whereas here, all of these are going to be what you might consider infertile eggs. Not consider. They will be infertile eggs, and therefore perfect for consumption. Yum, 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 yum. Do love an egg. Boiled. Runny yolk. Oh, yes. Okay, so here we've got our butcher's shop and our tanner's shop, but neither of those are particularly active at the moment because we've just finished a cycle of butchery and probably haven't got much on the way going on. Although this could be a guy. No, he's an armourer. Why would he be taking someone to the butcher's? Oh, and here we've got a corpse stockpile. As yet, a virgin corpse stockpile. Nothing's been put in here as far as I'm aware. At least no dwarves, which is the main thing really, isn't it? I mean, really, we want to keep dwarves out of the corpse stockpile where possible. Of course, we've had a few people who look like they might have been trouble turn up, and perhaps we should have put them in the corpse stockpile, but they've pissed off. They've not caused any more trouble, so there's no need to worry about it. There's no need to worry about it. Not in a temple, near a temple. I mean, like churchyards and whatnot. I mean, my experience of local churches, they all seem to have dead people outside. Although, from long ago, I think most people these days have the old, So I hit him with the round wooden bit while grasping these sharp slicey bits. Not quite random. You've got a little way to go before you've completed your axe orientation course, but we're getting there. At least you can now identify the sharp slicey bits and the wooden bit. That's good. That's good. Right, okay. Half swording. Oh, I'm familiar with this technique, but I don't think you do that with... Do you do that with an axe? I don't think you can half sword with like a long sword, but not an axe, surely. Or maybe, I don't know. I am not conversant enough with European martial arts, unfortunately. Well, much as I enjoy reading about it and stuff. I saw this thing where these people do this competitive tournament stuff, like big fights. They wear real armour and they use blunted but real weapons, and they sort of batter each other around in big teams, like international teams. Seems insane that hasn't somehow wormed its way onto TV, because it's quite interesting. I also saw something where someone was trying to sort of like do a UFC but with swords, and everyone was wearing this sort of super modern looking sort of bike leathers armour that was supposedly good for protecting you, but I don't know if that's caught on or anything. Interesting anyway, interesting. What are we looking at here? Maybe some doors to stop miasma could be good in that stockpile. Yes, I will probably add some doors as we find them, but the entire purpose of this room here is my scoundrel's patented miasma baffle, and any miasma coming from these industries will probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, not penetrate further than this chamber. So this is going to be a pretty stank room. Stanky danky. It's going to be nasty. There's going to be all sorts of condensed fluids and miasmas in the walls, and hopefully those who work here will just fucking get over it. We've got our farmer's workshop currently milking and cheesing and shearing and threading, and then we've got our kitchen preparing easy meals. He's an easy mealer. He makes easy meals all day long. Do 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 do. Let's see who he or her is. It's a her. It's Tracul. Oh, of course. He was named, or she was named yesterday. Are you a cook? Not really. You could be considered more of a novice. And in fact, that's not the person. Actually, now I'm looking down here. It's probably Id Debentirist, who is the cook, because they have the highest skill. Maybe I should limit the whole thing to their use. Let's take a look. Novice Miller. Oh, excuse me. I do apologise. I've left you on the game when I'm looking... What the fuck? I'm looking at Dwarf Therapist. Excuse me again. This is not working, is it? Right, Dwarf Therapist, please. Okay. No, you dense machine. There we go. All I had to do was close VLC Media Player and poof, it comes back up. Who knows what OBS was thinking, but here we are. Anyway, I was talking about, this is who I thought was our top cookie boy, but no, look, it's the nicknamies at the top, so I'm not sorting by what I want to. Let's sort by nothing, and then sort by cooking, and now, bam, look at this. This guy's an adept cook, not some raw novice. No, this person is careful, he can cook. Let me just catch up with what's going on in the chat. Unless you turn off egg collection, I think they will also collect the fertilised eggs. Oh my, someone's going to get a little chickadee in their egg. That'd be nice. Maybe some doors to stop my asthma. Already checked that one out. The heavy metal LARPing. Yeah, that's nuts. Yes, I've seen some. I used to go to an annual event in the UK called The Gathering, run by someone called the Lorien Trust, which was a LARP event. And one year they had a group of people who did the sort of real weapons, sort of like anachronistic historical reenactment turn up and do demonstrations, and they let people like put the armour on and stuff. My mate broke his thumb and his ankle. It was interesting. I, of course, said no. And, of course, just there I spiked the mic. I saw the whole thing go red. Terrible scoundrel. What a... Battle of Nations, that's the thing, Mercerus. Yes, of course. I should have just read down further, and I would have seen what you'd said, because that was said some time ago. I'm so good at keeping up with chat, aren't I? Hello, Voliol, if I'm reading that correctly. Let me get that closer to me on the phone. It is Voliol, of course. Any relation to Voldo? No, of course not. You're not some Italian blindman with knivey hands, are you? Scoundrel usually leaves us looking at the rapist. Yes, that's an unfortunate line break there on my screen, but you maybe did type it out with the space. What a pun. Rando, you demon, you. Yeah, I am indeed, Volio, looking at the therapist. I was at the time. Oh, God, the temporal slip is too much. I'm looking at what was said in chat earlier and now thinking... It's difficult. Hello, Finley Zero. What exactly is King Poo Poo 2? King Poo Poo 2 is the theme tune to this stream. If I just turn down Dwarf Fortress for a second and double click it, hopefully it won't go back on the screen, but this song here that you hear at the beginning of the stream, if you turn up early enough, or if you listen to the credits at the end, this is King Poo Poo 2.
From London.
Anyway, there you go. That's enough of that, just in case you were all wondering there. Yeah, it's a custom piece of music. Not necessarily crafted for my channel, but gifted to me by Sinister Elements in terms of use rights. He kind of gave me a little look in his music box, and I pulled out a few gems that I liked. It's good. Anyway, sorry. Hello again, Finley Zero. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us. And I see Rando has already got ahead of me and just solved all these problems and answered the questions. So really, I could just gaze at the game relentlessly and not look at the chat. But somehow I feel people would feel cheated. Bosh indeed. Let's set this boy here, or girl, rather, I should say. Id Debenturist. We're going to make you the cook. So let's minimize this on my screen. Go to Dwarf Fortress for you guys. Head down to here. Who's in there? It's the right person. So let's just make this canonical. I'm going to say P. We're going to say Poof. You are now the only person permitted to use this workshop. Take the responsibility wisely and create us food most glorious. I wonder at 7, can I up the ante and make different tasks? Let's try preparing a medium scale meal. A medium scale meal? Hang on a minute. Let's type in meal. There we go. Let's prepare a fine meal. How many do I want? Let's make a perpetual order. There we go. Boom. And then do we take away the simple meals? Does anybody know the distinction between meal types? I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Let's remove the old order and just leave us in new order. That's the wrong song. Oh well. Right, here we've got a drink stockpile. Looking a bit full there, really, isn't it? Maybe I need to expand with more drink stockpiles. Maybe we could put some around the fortress, couldn't we? The food stockpile, well, maybe that's a bit big. It's a little bit extravagant for our actual needs. But never mind. Never mind. Anyway, let's go down to the next floor, which is the bedrooms, which appears to be coming along nicely, but still far too small. We might even need a second dormitory. 4, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yeah, we did count that last time, didn't we? And we have way too many dwarves to actually put them all in beds even at the moment. Do I have any beds knocking around? Oh, we've got beds. We've got beds. Welcome to Frilly Pole. What's this fortress called? Frilly Post? Frilly Post. Beds Extravaganza. That would be the worst advert ever. Don't get me to do the voiceover for your adverts, especially if you want me to improvise it, because that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a terrible bed advert. However, if you want me to advertise role-playing game stores or computer games, maybe I'll give it a go. I might be quite good at that. Then again, who knows? Who knows? I'm an untested quantity. What's this? Oh, the hospital, of course. We're going to need more beds. We have an order in for beds, don't we? No, we do not have any orders in for beds. So, in that case, let's add one. BED. Bird. How many would I like? Oh, you know what? Lots and lots. Not a perpetual order. Don't just keep cranking beds out. I think we need to put some kind of limits to your bed making, escapades. Let's go for 30. 30 beds. It's not a world-shattering number of beds, but it's, quite a lot. We still haven't got those 100 granite blocks in place yet, which is okay. And do we have... what other orders do I have in place? Mechanisms, hides... We're really making shit slowly, aren't we? Maybe we need just more crafting stuff. Maybe we need to start using our bone stockpiles. Maybe I need to stop just maybeing and start doing. Doing? Let's turn this into a hospital. There we go. A fine institution dedicated to the saving of dwarven lives. Sorry. There we go. So this is now an hospital. There we go. Let's set the hospital information. Oh, we can't do that. We just have to add stuff to it. Fine. At least now it's called a hospital. That's the main thing. Let's keep going down. In fact, let's set a hotkey for that, because I completely forgot that existed and we dug it out. F6. Here we go. Zoom. Name. Hospital. Oh, God damn it. Hospital. Can tell I was looking at the keyboard and not the screen, can't you? I ain't no touch typer. Fool. Don't know why you assuming I was a touch typer would make you a fool, but there you go. I said it. Now I've got to stand by it. So that's that. Right, the industrial zone. Let's take a peek at what's going on here. Finished goods, weapons, armour, leather, and cloth stockpile. So we've got our wooden stockpile here, which seems quite well stocked. I'm happy with that. We've got our stone stockpile, which is really piling up. I like that a lot. This furniture stockpile is utterly ram-packed. We've got a few statues we can take out. The barrels must be empty drinks barrels that we've not used before. Can we actually specify stockpiles for single items, maybe? Maybe we could just get a barrel stockpile somewhere and just have like a haul of barrels, sort of reminiscent of the crates at the end of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Something like that for barrels. Hey, why can't I place beds? There's buttloads of beds. Oh, hang on. We placed a load of beds. These are just being shifted in. Fair enough. They're being moved. We're getting a few gems. Oh, the gem stockpile seems to be filled up, and they're only using one bin. Why? We have a plethora of bins. We could use those easily. Here's our bower's workshop. He's made some wooden crossbows. Maybe we should keep the orders in for ammo, but we'll see. We'll wait for people to start running out. I'm sure it won't be a major issue. Has anyone built this magma smelter? No. Okay. So maybe we'll head back to... I haven't even unpaused the game yet, have I? Let's head back over to Dwarf Therapist and see if anybody's got any kind of smelty skills. And if not, we'll find a scrub and we will repurpose them. We will make them a glorious... smelty boy or girl, whatever. Let's have a look. Where's smelting? Furnace operating. I believe that's the skill. Nobody. Nobody is capable of operating a furnace. Let me just scroll back up chat while we're here. Make sure nobody's demanding that they have a dwarf named after them. That might be happening, of course. You can do that anytime you like. You might have to wait for me to actually go to Dwarf Therapist or do it, but we'll see what happens. Okay, bring out your dead, says Mercerus. Well, we will probably need that corpse stockpile you were no doubt commenting about at the time. A scoundrel response is work at least 10 times a rando response. Yes, that's it, exactly. You respond and then 10 times the time units you took later. That's me popping in. I'll put my 2 penneth worth in. I'll chime up. Chime in? Chime up? Pipe up? Pipe up and chime in, that's the word. Pipe up and chime in. Don't chime up and pipe out. That's no good. Pipe out? Where'd that come from? Anyway, simple meals use a single ingredient, and there are more ingredients used in the nicer, fancier meals. Okay, that's good. That's good, and they give happier thoughts. So I've made something asymmetrical, which has bummed out Mercerus, apparently, if I am interpreting the emote correctly. But then again, I'm the scoundrel. I don't always do that. Okay. You like the idea that celebrity is measured in the value of your signature on something? Say a mug from Tacoma Games in Tacoma, Washington. Unsigned is maybe $10. If I sign it, probably only sells for $8, making your celebrity worth -$2. However, if Scoundrel signs it, it's probably worth $20, making Scoundrel's celebrity worth $10. Wow. Well, I'm not sure if that's if that was a measuring system, then I mean, it could. It is a measuring system. In fact, it could work, but I think we would need a more comprehensive data set. I mean, I don't think adding my signature to anything is necessarily going to increase the sale value, purely because I would be mortified if I was selling overpriced stuff just on the say-so of having written on it. I mean, we've got to talk about the secondary market, really. Now I realise you're talking about that. Never mind. Let's not get into this celebrity economics. It's too tough. It's too hard. I can barely handle dwarven economics, let alone fucking how many Jolies you've got in a fucking cruise. It's impossible to work out. It's one for a neural network, I think. If you start programming your neural network now, maybe you'll figure out how many, I don't know, pits in a pesci. How many pits in a pesci? Oh, I don't know. About as many fucking Schwarzeneggers as you get in a fucking Woods. James Woods. The actor. Turned sort of not actor. Anyway, Scoundrel is mind controlling you again. You typed a promo just as he talked about doing promos. Oh, there's a little bit of nice little serendipity. I mean, I have sort of like carefully transported my fungus spores to Iowa and had them spread out everywhere. So actually, what you don't realise is everybody in Iowa is currently Iowa is currently feeling the drive to do that, but it's contextless for them, and therefore nothing but a sort of weird feeling. You're the only person who fits into that jigsaw slot right now. It's amazing, isn't it? What am I talking about? This is insane. Let's fucking find a furnace operator before we all lose our minds and get totally bored. Let's have a look here. Who's a Scrubadub Lord? Let's filter by total skill levels. Okay, so at the top here we've got a child who is no good to anybody except as sort of like, I suppose, entertainment in the fortress, watching him run around playing. Maybe he brings good thoughts. I don't know. We've got a clothes maker. Intriguing. We do need to think about that industry. Let me just quickly scroll down and see if we've got any other clothes makers. Not really to speak of, so this person's interesting. Maybe we won't repurpose them into a furnace operator. They could very well become the new, think of a fashion designer, now make a pun. Dwarf Saatchi. There we go. Or, God, I am so bad at fashion. Jean-Paul Dwarfier. Oh, I'm actually so good at puns, I don't need to be that good at the subjects I'm punning on. Look at that. Everybody just absorb that fucking pun. It was beautiful. It was a name pun. Oh, I loved it. Sorry, I got a little bit too self-absorbed there. I got a little bit too happy with myself. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a woodcutter. But we also have other woodcutters available. So you, by virtue of your redundant craft, are going to be repurposed into a furnace operator. And being the only one in the fortress, you're going to become pretty good at it, I'll wager. Right, so Licot, he's going to be working on our furnaces. Let's go back to Dwarf Fortress and watch the magic unfold. I don't know. Is magic a kind of cloth? I don't know. Anyway, let's sit here and watch until old dwarf, whose name I've forgotten already, becomes a smelter proper and comes up here and builds his workshop. Oh, we're running out of brewable fruit. That's a worry. Oh, and a dwarven child has withdrawn some blood. Unable to talk. Zaneg bronze-stoked. Oh, intriguing. Let's follow them and see where they go. Come on, Zaneg. Show me what's on your mind. Give us a little bit of a object lesson in... Oh, it's a craft shop. Okay. Oh, pause. Let's follow again. Make sure that we get the full details. I'll turn to a fortress music back up again, because it was turned down for the purposes of theme music appreciation. So here we go. We're getting a piece of wood. Okay. Kid's got wood. Don't take that out of context. He's working. 2 lumps of wood, and he's away. Oh, no. No, he's not. Ah, right. So let's see what we've got here. Pictures of stacked leather. Pictures of a forest. Pictures of shining bars of metal. Well. Okay. Right. So he's got the wood. I mean, he has access to leather. I'm fairly certain we've got leather. Let's quickly check that out. Let's quickly check it out. There's our leather stockpile. I mean, it's got bins in, right? Pause. This is... Here we go. There's our leather stockpile. Presumably, we can... No? Shit. Oh, shit. Q? Can I... Please, let me know if I have leather. You know what? There's an easy way to sort the leather situation out. If we don't have leather, we'll just cut some puppies up. I mean, it's not like we don't have huge bags of leather walking around full of meat and bones as it is. Let's get going. So, Z, we go to the animal kingdom. And what shall we chop up today? Well, there was, at the beginning of the session, an alpaca that was starving to death. So, I mean, it makes sense for us to solve 2 problems with 1 action. There we go. No more starving alpaca, more leather for our industries. Hooray. You got a Dwarf Fortress. We've got a stray war dog, llamas, turkey hens. I think that's everything. Oh, we seem to have... the last little... oh no, hang on, we've got more puppies here. Do we want the kitten? No, I'm not sure we do. If we get another one turn up and they start breeding and I fail to notice, it's going to end up with a massive explosion. Then again, we can just butcher them all, can't we? We can just butcher them all, don't worry. Do we want geese? Well, they're goslings. They're too small. They're not going to have much leather on them, are they? I mean, we have got a buttload of puppies coming up that we just don't need. Gone. Oh, B, not D. Baby llamas? No, we want adult llamas. We want to chop them up when they're in their prime, not when they're growing up. They're our economic animals. Duckling, hen, alpaca. I mean, is the hen? The hen's a layer. What am I doing? Let's leave the hen alone. And we got all these war dogs. It's all good. I think we're going to have enough llama. I don't think we're going to need to panic about... Llama? Leather? Sorry. Let's see if he pops off and gets the leather. No, he only has eyes for shining metal bars. Therefore, we have to unpause matters and wait for our magma smelter to get smelty. Let's get smelty with it. Here it comes. This can only be him going... What? Nope. 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 Nope, he's not interested in making it. He's only interested in doing this. I'm just going to take a quick look. I'm going to leave you guys watching this. I'm going to head over to Dwarf Fortress. Just going to see what old smelty boy that we made is actually up to right now. Let's read those. Here he is. Where's smelty boy? Here he is, smelty boy. Likot Kivostal. What's he doing? Storing an item in a bin. Wait, why is he a clothier? That's not... I did the wrong one! Oh, for crying out loud. What the funky dickens am I doing? There we go. Commit. Cool. Now it's Reg Domasamal, who is also storing an item in a bin, but was a professional woodcutter. Right, things should be working now. In fact, I'm just going to dance back over into Dwarf Therapist again, and just to make damn sure this happens, I'm going to highlight Reg, and I'm going to remove all of his non-smelty labours. More jokes about smelting and delting, no doubt appearing in chat as we speak. Let's chat, by the way, which I'll return to in a moment and look at. Don't worry, if you said something, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll be there. I'll be there. I was about to burst into song and then realised I don't know the tune to any of the songs that contain that lyric. So, yeah, probably best to not do that. What are you doing? You here for the rocks, or you here for the... You're here for the rocks, okay. Not here for the job. The task. Did I commit those changes? Let me just quickly check here and see. Yeah, I committed those changes. I was fully committed to change. Ah, look, the tanner's shot into action, which means Tanners? Wait, no. Why would he become a Tanner? Ah, because he's in the military, probably. We may have to seek that out. We may have to turn everybody in the military's other skills off. Yes. 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 Here we go, here we go. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're here to use the other door to get rocks. No. No, nobody's interested in activating the smelter. Even the people... We are looking for fuck's sake, a mason. Alright. Do we not have superfluous masons knocking around? I mean, there doesn't appear to be anybody in here. And this is only for one of our masons. None of the rest are allowed in there. Alright, let's pause the action for a second and deal with this crazy military people being drafted to do other things. Let's head back over to Dwarf Fortress. Fortress? And we'll sort by squad. There we go. The brass waters at the top. Gingy Ginger, Vabok, the JC Experience, Gunter 90210, Kulet, Ushat, and Katten. All warriors in their prime. Now let's remove all of their animal training and killing based skills. Ah, the JC Experience appears to be, in fact, an experienced doctor. However, there is another doctor, who's got a nobility position. Oh, the chief medical dwarf, who has the same diagnostic skill set, so fine. We'll leave that activated. We do have a very good plant gatherer here. However, if we sort by plant gathering, it seems like there's plenty of people nipping at their heels. Let's disable that. Plant processing? Not on your life, sir. Brewing? We have other brewers to take your reins away from you. Bye-bye. Who else have we got? What have we got here? Architecture? Not anymore, sunshine. Pump operating? Pump off. Beekeeping? We've got other beekeepers. We don't need that kind of stuff going on. Right now, do we actually go to the extent where we remove the hauling labours as well, just to get them to focus entirely on doing this, and then we can add a drinks and food stockpile in the barracks? Or am I getting too crazy? Are we getting a little bit silly with this? I don't know. I'm going to turn my attention to chat, so now is the time to start waving your arms and screaming at me in chat for dwarves that are named after you. So how about that? Exclamation mark dwarf is the command, although just saying it will probably work. Having a blast here, by the way. Got a secondary monitor, so now you can play Dark Souls and watch Scoundrel at the same time. Oh my goodness. I mean, don't burn the pleasure centres of your brain out, please. Do bear in mind that you can overdose on pleasure. Well, I mean, can you? Maybe not. Maybe this will provide a new peak and plateau for your pleasure levels, and you'll be driven to ever more dangerous forms of entertainment, flinging yourself off of helicopters in wingsuits and that kind of thing. Oh, God, that can go wrong. Oh, just the sound of it. Anyway, let's keep reading. You can fall to the Big G at the same time. Scoundrel sacrifices some prisoners to the Big G and the volcano. Well, I'd like to sacrifice someone into the volcano, but as of yet, nobody has presented themselves as a suitable candidate. We haven't caught anyone in our cage traps, and nobody's broken the law. Not that we have anyone watching, as we have discussed previously. Anyway, let's go down. Still seeing lots of red flashing down arrows on dwarves, says Rando. Hopefully the lavish meals helps. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, let's take a quick peek at this. At a glance survey. In fact, let's sort by happiness. Ah, yes, the happiness is looking a lot less green and a lot more yellow lately. Oh, hang on. Is that happy? No, I am sorting by happiness. Equipment. Everyone's got green equipment. Oh, I see. If we hover over this, on the right, it tells us what they're... Oh, God, Dwarf Therapist, I love you! Okay, sorry, I'll carry on reading. Cancelled brew drink, missing non-rotten stuff. We need more fruit. Minor cancels give water, no water. Need to find a cavern soon. Yes, perhaps we should do that as a priority. And I see Voliol. Voliol, make sure that's spelled right every time I have to check it. Why? Voliol, you want a dwarf? That's fine. What dwarf would you like? Do you have a preference? Or should I just randomly assign some poor old dwarf to take on the mantle of filling your shoes? What do I do? Not literally filling your shoes, of course. We don't want your shoes to end up filled with dwarf... Well, whatever a dwarf chooses to fill shoes with that isn't feet, because presumably if they were filled with their feet, the dwarves would be wearing your shoes and you wouldn't be able to wear those. All right, we're going to stop this one. This one's gone far too far. We've reached the end of that little track. It's a duff joke. It's a bad bit. We're not doing it. No more requests for the dwarf shoe bit, please. It's coming off the roster. I won't be doing it on tour. I won't be doing it anymore in the show. Look at that. Our military boys are just military boys now. And girls, sorry. In fact, predominantly girls. Right, we've got axemans, herbalists, diagnosers, crossbowmans, wrestlers, and crossbowmans. Lovely. Well, it does make sense because they have better access to crossbows than any other kind of weapons. So we'll see what happens, will we? Shall we? Can we? Do we? Randomly assign some poor old dwarf. Okay, Voliol. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to minimise... Oh, hang on. Sort by has nickname. I'm going to minimise the has nickname selection. I'm going to close my eyes. Oh, I could have just scrolled it off the top, couldn't I? How many have we got? Let's go down to the bottom. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to gently, in a sine wave-like fashion, move the mouse up and down, caressing the list, until finally I do a little gentle click. Whoopsie. And who? I've gone off the list. Okay, let's try again. On the list. Stay on the list, scoundrel, with your eyes closed and clicky. Who have I chosen? Limmel Advutok. He's also called Limmel's Sun Figures. He's 55,800 cubic centimetres of child with 0 stress. Within the last week, he felt euphoric due to inebriation. Hey! Enjoyment after playing make-believe. Embarrassment after sleeping without a proper room. Love, talking/visiting with their father. Bliss, dining in a fantastic dining room. And irritation when hungry. That's lovely. Within the last season, he felt satisfied at work. Well, that's interesting. Working and getting pissed up. That's what we like to see with children. There we go. Here we go. You are V-O-L-I-O-L. I spelled that right, haven't I? Man, why do I have such a problem with dwarf names and chat names? It's almost like there's something in common with them. No, dwarf names are much harder than chat names. Like, at least 60% of the time I can look at someone's name in chat and think, I've got a handle on how that's pronounced. 100% of the time I look at dwarf names and I'm like, what on fucking earth is the rule set that governs these pronunciations? Help me, please. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. We've given a dwarf an alcoholic 10-year-old. You're right. That's going to cause some serious issues. But never mind. You wanted to roll the dice. You rolled the dice. Pray to RN Jesus and maybe you'll get better things. Click on the correct things in OBS, scoundrel, and maybe your stream won't look like dog shit and everyone will laugh when you say things like professional. Anyway, we're back at Dwarf Fortress. Shall we unpause the game? I don't know how long we've got, so I might just let the video ride on. I've noted that we've gone over the half-hour limit of what is polite to make a YouTube video, but maybe we'll just power through? Because I haven't really done anything, have I? It would be ludicrous to put this up as a kind of finished product on YouTube. I mean, especially after the last video ended in just a flat crash mid-sentence. La 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 la. It wasn't any good. I mean, the video was okay, I think. People liked it, but Crasharoonie. Still no one doing this Smelteruno. Why am I doing this Rhino nonsense? This is scrub tier bullshit. Let's get better, shall we? Let's save our... Oh, this isn't you, is it? No, you're not Zanig. Okay, sorry, Voliol. I thought I'd put you in the mooded kid. That would have been a problem. Come on, guys. Where are the bars at? Why is our smelty man not coming for the smelts? I'm going to dance back to Dwarf Therapist, leaving this unpaused. Perhaps unwisely. But if I read the dwarves, have a little search by... Oh no, I can just look... Oh no, I didn't name it, did I? Search by furnace operating. Find them. Click on them. What are you currently doing? They are currently... That's a lot of notifications. What's going on? Oh shit, I'm worried. Okay, hang on. He's meditating on wealth? What the fuck is this? Some kind of fucking Bitcoin conference? Meditating on wealth? Come on, lad. You've got to get with the action. Get down on... You meditating ain't going to make you wealthy. Working that smelter is going to make you wealthy. Well, actually, it's not. I'm going to exploit you most grievously. But the illusion of wealth may well drive you forward to create great things in the smeltery. So I feel comfortable exploiting you in that way. Well, comfortable is the wrong word. I'm actually delighting in it. The exploitation of your labour is something that makes me tingle to my very core. Anyway, enough! Get to the smeltery! Do it now! Anyway, what was I doing? I was about to do something else. Look at all those crazy dead noises. A fire imp is fighting. Oh, for fuck's sake. The fire imp punches the stray war dog in the lower body with its left hand, bruising the muscle and bruising the spleen. Okay, let's zoom to the location and see what's wagwan, as they say in some scenarios. Oh, brilliant! Turns out fire imps can climb! Yay! Hooray! Hurrah! Let's unpause and see what's happening. Oh, in fact, let's not. Let's not. It's probably time for us to... who's dead? I saw a big list of stuff. Chimpanzee leather trousers. Wow. Wowee. Definitely need more than one chimpanzee, unless it's a big chimpanzee. I mean, maybe with a gorilla you could just take the feet off and the top off and you'd have like a pair of shorts. But I don't think you're gonna need more than one chimp for a pair of trousers, I reckon. Wow, so extravagant. So extravagant. Right, so this presumably is a corpse, right? Somebody's died here. Who's died? Smoke. Unless someone's just started ripping their clothes off in just a weird ecstatic frenzy. I mean, it's not out of the question. These are Dwarf Fortress dwarves after all. Oh no, Mafol Astaban died. Hey, Mafol, who are you? Let me just quickly go to Dwarf Therapist and see if we can locate Mafol before I refresh. Mafol Astaban was, at the last time of refreshing in Dwarf Therapist, praying to Istrath, and sadly, their job of fisherman is no longer being carried out. Right, I'm gonna do a death count. Let's quickly. Well, actually, no. Hey, actually, yes. Let's go to Dwarf Therapist. Let's quickly clear this filter. Refresh the numbers. We were on 59 and 4. What are we on now? 55 and 4. This imp is a killer. We have to take action right now. Let's head to the home. Not the home screen. Dwarf Fortress. Please don't crash, OBS. Thank you, OBS. Our Father, OBS, please do not crash. Let's activate our squad. Nope. Back to here. Activate the squads. Here's the brass waters. So far untested in combat, but let's see what happens. We want them to K, attack. Let's select from list. Oh no. A, B, C. We've got 3 of these boys. Let's set them all up as targets and send the military in. Are we ready? Is everybody ready? Is everybody prepared? Okay. Everybody hold hands in a big circle. We're going to see if we can send good vibes for this spirit bomb to pay off, right? Let's go down a few floors. There's a lot of fire. Little buggers are climbing up the walls. Look at them. What can we do about this? What can we do to toss these little flim-flam artists back down where they came from? That's really very annoying. It's very annoying. For the first incursion to come from that which makes the fortress so special. I mean, it's like a slap in the face. It's like RN Jesus himself came down from random heaven. I don't think of a better word for that. And just said, yeah, fuck it. You know, that thing you like, the thing that you always try to get in a fortress? Bang! It's climbing up your bum. It's trying to tear your guts out. Oh, poor you. Maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, it looks like they're all targeted, so let's ignore the chinchillas, nature's fluffiest rodent, and get this fight on. We'll follow... Oh, no, it's right, we set the order off, it's good. Let's unpause, but also follow the firing. I've got to get out of the military screen to do that. Click F, and space! Where you going, flame boy? You gonna get killed? You gonna get killed? Oh. Okay, someone's interrupted by a fire imp, hopefully not dead. While you watch this, in this act of pure madness, I am... Oh! A swords dwarf has entered a martial trance. I'm pausing things quickly. I don't know what that means. I'm going to take us over to Dwarf Therapist just so we can witness the population cascade. Cascade? Is that the right word? Tumble? 55... Only one person died so far in this little stint. We're doing okay. Who was it who went into a martial trance? Let's quickly... sort by squad, presuming that it will be somebody in the squad. Look at this. They've got all their orders to kill, except for Catton, who's having a little nap, of course. Catton the crossbowman, you've been noted. Prepare for a court-martial. Prepare. There are only 7 people in the brass waters. Oh, I thought we had a full complement of 10. Maybe, just maybe... some of the people who died in combat. I say. Okay, let's return to the game and see what happens. Dwarf Fortress? Dwarf Fortress. Unpause it. Oh, uh-oh, the butcher's been found dead. Well, maybe we should carefully disassemble his corpse in honour of his profession at his funeral. Did the imp die? No, we're following it. We're still moving. It's going slower, though. Let me just pause the action. Oh, a little clickerino on the... oh, hey! Good sign. Overcome by terror. I like that fact. I like it a lot. I don't like the fact that he's capable of burning our dwarves to death. Let's take a look at some combat logs, shall we? See what's going on. The Fire Imp is fighting. The Fire Imp, Esmulgeth, is fighting. It's a named Fire Imp. Ooh, hurls a ball of fire. Oh, shit. The Fire Imp shakes the butcher around by the head, tearing apart the head's skin. Imagine that, getting grabbed by the head, shaken, and then suddenly it's just your stripped musculature of your face and a bag of skin with like eye holes and ear holes and nose holes and a mouth hole and a neck hole in the mouth of the crazy Fire Imp. I thought fire would be the big deal, but turns out Fire Imps don't give a shit about fire. They'd be throwing fireballs around like it's nothing. What they really care about is getting the bite. Hurls a ball of fire, breathes fire. Something tells me this may be the end of this fortress, but let's try and keep this on a positive note, because who entered the martial trance? Maybe they, just by some little bit of luck, will be able to do something. I don't even know what a martial trance is, but we'll see. Marshall. Endorsed by Marshall. Excuse me. Oh, is he, is the terrified imp still there? Nope, just smoke and vomit. Smoke and vomit. Ah, as I call it, Friday. Well, the JC experience is currently in a pile of vomit and under some smoke, but we'll see how that works out. Is he fighting an imp? Where's the imp? We've lost our imp. Okay, let's go back to the squads. No. Go back to the squad screen again. Go to the brass waters. And then center on the selected squad. Okay, they're in the corridor. Let's follow them. Let's keep clicking Z to center on the squad. Looks like they're not really doing anything. Space to resume. Okay, they are doing stuff now. No, they're not. They're just hanging around in the corridor. How many Fire Imps have we got left? Right? Z. No, K for attack. From list. We've still got 3. One of them is now named, though, so hooray. A, B, C. A, B, C. Easy as bish bash bosh. Killing a Fire Imp quick with your axe. Maybe we should have tried water. Huh. Maybe we should have tried to put an obsidian seal on the volcano by putting water in it and then just having it tapped as we needed. Oh, fortress porn, eh? Fortress porn. What are we doing? Are you, unpausing? You going to be fighty boys? Brass water boys? No? Looks like nothing's happening. Maybe we need to head back up to the top here. If I press Z, it does snip back down there. Let's go back up to the top and catch up with what the imps are up to. We got some smoke. Ah, space to resume. Here's a Fire Imp in the prison. It's an appropriate place for you, little bastard. Hopefully you never get past it. Hopefully you slip and tumble from the top of the volcano and the impact on the surface of the magma acts like water from a great height and is almost as solid as concrete, causing you to either sort of flatten like a piece of wax being pressed by a pneumatic press, or maybe you just shatter into 1,000 pieces. I don't know. I don't know how imps work. I'm not familiar with your physiology. And nor do I have any interest in being so, beyond smashing you to pieces. Leave our graveyard alone, you bastards. Are our military coming, or are they just standing around? Oh, I see what the issue is here. We're running at 15 frames per second. It would appear that smoke and blood and vomit are all detrimental to the frame rate. Oh, was that an imp getting killed? Let's refer to the notifications quickly. Fishery worker is fighting. How did it go? The Fire Imp punches the fishery worker in the left upper arm with its left hand, bruising the skin through the alpaca wool cloak. Well, he's not dead. He's not dead. Misses, caught in a cloud of flames. Okay, he has been burned, so that's not optimal, but we'll let things continue and see what goes on. All the Fire Imps have decided to go to the graveyard, and apparently they keep going into the corridor, the stairway, and becoming terrified. Presumably, hopefully, of our military. But I don't know. Let's see what kind of... Let's pause again. Oh dear. Gingy Ginger. Poor old Gingy Ginger. He's popped his clogs, he's bought the farm, he's kicked the bucket, he's gone to the great hereafter. He is no more. He has passed on. Gingy Ginger. What a shame. What a crying shame. And with that, it turns out the door's opening downstairs. Let's unpause shit, because I think if this is a true Fortress decline, we need to document it properly. Let's quickly go to Dwarf Therapist and refresh the dwarves to see if we've... Oh yes, significant loss of life has occurred. We're on 48 adults and 4 children. Thankfully no dead children yet, so at least everyone can remain relatively buoyant about that kind of thing. Sounds like my family have just come home, so the stream will be ending imminently. Of course, don't worry, there'll be another stream tonight. You'll just have to wait for it. Hopefully you're in a time zone that allows for that. Why is this little bad boy not going anywhere? He's just a non-named fire ant, whereas these two are Emilgeth and Admonmuz. I'm going to quickly check the wounds scenario with our squad. Let's go to health. How are you all doing? Oh, there's only 2 people left alive. One of whom was asleep when the initial order was... Huh? What's that? Great. A great magma sea. Brilliant. Well, anyway, if you bear with me 1 second, I'm going to stop this recording on YouTube and maybe I'll continue playing. But I doubt it. We'll see what happens. Give me 1 second. YouTube, thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.